everybody. I'm here with Chip from Cocoon.
Nice to meet you.
Chip.
Yeah, good to meet you.
So you have a very unique product here, and it's going to be difficult to kind of show on camera, but it has a big purpose it serves in the military. So kind of explain what this is.
Sure, so we've developed a new textile to protect equipment that's sitting outside. So equipment being all the way from airframes to weapon systems to ground support equipment.
From the elements.
From the elements. So our company is Cocoon. Our tagline is mastering the elements. So we protect high value assets from the elements. And in one way we do it with a textile. And so this was just invented with the help of GE Energy.
And just invented, you said in the past?
We rolled it out about 2.5 years ago. It took about 4 years of evaluation to get to where we are today.
I know, it's a long process.
Yeah.
All right, so kind of show us this little demonstration you have.
Well, cool. So when a traditional fabric in the industry right now is normally a non-breathable fabric, and they call that creating a greenhouse effect or a microclimate under it, and that creates a corrosion problem. So our
because of the moisture?
Because of the moisture being trapped underneath.
Right, got it.
So our mission was to develop something that would allow that heat and moisture to go through very rapidly and still protect from the environment. So this is a demo unit. There's air here, there's water here, and this is showing you how breathable it is.
The air is pushing up through the fabric.
Yeah, so the air is pushing through fabric.
But the water's not penetrating.
Correct. So it's inherently waterproof, but still this breathable.
And then you said, I mean, because there's a lot of other things. So you have the very fine dust, you have UV.
Yeah. So the dust in theater is 1 micron, and that's creating havoc on equipment. This filters down to 0.3 microns.
Wow.
It also, we look at preventing windscreen scratch or lens scratch on weapon systems. This is designed actually to polish and not to harm the equipment. One of the things that we learned in covering equipment is that covers that freeze in place is a real problem. This fabric is hydrophobic, so it doesn't take on water, which means its dry weight is equal to its wet weight and it won't freeze.
Right, because it can be in the desert and be in the...
Yeah, so it's a really cold climate. We also found that covers have to be able to be cleaned. So when you put it on something like a weapon system, the fluids on the weapon system get on the cover. So you had to be able to make something that was washable. So this is oleophobic. It won't take on oils and greases, so you can throw it in the washing machine.
Also, from my understanding in those types of things, the petroleum can deteriorate also, so that's why you want to be able to get it off. Yeah,
so you test, that's a good question. You test for a couple things. One is if you get the fluids or the contaminants on the product, then you make sure that your fabric is still performing, even with that on it, which we do. And then you also want to make sure that it can wash off, which is a big, big issue.
So we were talking, and I said the first thing I thought a Gore-Tex fabric, because we all have jackets and we know that it's breathable but waterproof. And then you were explaining why this is so different from those. So
well, a Gore-Tex is a dynamic process, so it takes your body heat to push through the fabric to get rid of the moisture.
To activate it.
To get the moisture away from your body. And if you wear a Gore-Tex product in the winter, you'll notice it crinkles. It means it's trapped in moisture, so it's actually freezing. So it's not completely hydrophobic. Our mission is to get rid of 100% of that moisture, but we're not a good windbreaker. So Gore-Tex is a windbreaker, we're not, but we're very, very highly breathable and air permeable. Because you don't have the body heat to activate or to make it because there's a membrane in this called eclipse membrane. And it's a very porous membrane, and that's what allows vapor and heat to escape but not let water molecules or particulates to get through it. And Gore-Tex closes up those pores, we don't. Wow. And it's durable, I'm assuming it's yes, so it's a good question. So as you put covers on the decks of ships or on vehicles, you have to worry about wind whipping. So this gets tested to 120 mile/hour winds. It's actually a flag test that you look at. And then, so it comes in rolls, bolts of fabric, but you guys make... Yeah, we only sell the finished product. So we have off-the-shelf patterns that we've done for things like Black Hawks or Crow's weapon systems or tanks. We're working MRAPs right now with you guys down at the Seabees. We're working covering 50 cal weapon stands on the deck of ships. So those are all designed. And if we don't have a design, then we'll come in and we'll design something to your requirements if you're the customer. If the customer needs it. And ADS has been working with you to kind of bring customers' needs, and you all bring... Well, ADS is bringing us to the customer, and they're actually the intellectual source. They're all military, so they talk the military language, so they show us what really has to be done. So we're designing to the user's requirements. And then they say it's custom, but it's not really custom because you all have patterns, but you can make custom. Well, the first cover is designed by the user. So either the sailor, the Marine, the airman, is telling us what the cover design should be. But once that's done, then it's set.
Then it's set.
So we just passed it. So the Marines are looking to cover ordnance or bombs, and that's a big deal. Okay. And to do that, you have to be able to dissipate static. So this fabric just got approved by the Safety Ordnance Group as inherently dissipating static, which is a big deal, and we're the only cover that can do it.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, so that's a big deal. So lots and lots of science innovative in this thing.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
How's that?
Good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.